The giraffes of the rugby team, the tall timber. They run the lineouts, they hit the rucks, they defend in the close quarter channels, and they keep the other team honest. Because of their size and height, locks are usually the most physically imposing players on the rugby team. This, combined with the fact that one of your locks are usually going to be the one to run the line out, you'd find that the most successful lock pairings in the past has usually been when one lock plays the role of the enforcer and the other lock plays a leadership role within the team. Playing lock can be a thankless position. This is because you do a lot of work around the park which don't really steal the limelight. This, combined with the fact that the position is best suited for big built-up bodies. You will often find that most locks don't start peaking until their late 20s. Whereas most other positions, apart from your props, would start to peak from about 25. In saying that, no matter what age, a lock has responsibilities and duties around the park during game day. So let's start going through those. In the scrum, locks form part of the second row. This means they pack down behind the front row, each lock with their head between a prop and a hooker respectively. The locks form part of the main support structure for the front row, and along with the front row they form part of what is called your tight five. And your tight five are the 5 players in the team who provide most of the pushing power in the scrum. A well-balanced team will have the 2 locks as the 2 main lineout jumpers, closely followed by one of the loose forward acting as a third lineout option. It really pays to have 3 legitimate lineout options rather than just 2, because it is much harder for the other team to defend 3 jumpers rather than just 2 jumpers. One of the locks is most likely going to be the player that controls the lineout. This means that they decide how many players to commit to the lineout, where the ball is going to be thrown, and to whom it's going to be thrown, and where the player is going to be jumping. The lineout is one of the most important set phases in rugby. This is because it is one of the best platforms of which a team can launch an effective attack. If the lineout is under 10 meters from the try line, most teams will set up a maul and try and push the ball over. And this has a very high rate of success. And if the lineout is anywhere else on the field, the defending team is under a lot of pressure because the forwards are all drawn into the side of the field into the lineout, which means the backline players have to defend the entire width of the field with no support from the forwards. And this is why it's very important to win as much ball as possible at the lineout, especially on your own throw-in. Most teams would consider a successful outing as nothing less than winning all of their ball on their own throw-in. And then a bonus is if they can pinch some ball when the other team throws the ball into the lineout. This is what makes the player that controls the lineout so very, very, very important. Because they need to stay a step ahead of the other team at all times. Keep them guessing, make sure they don't know or get a sniff of where the ball is going to be thrown on your team's throw-in. On top of that, they spend a lot of time between matches analysing video footage of the other team to try and see if they can figure out the calls and patterns that the team follows at lineout time to see if they can aid their team in pinching the ball on their throw. Generally speaking, locks aren't used as ball carriers as much as other positions are. But when they are, they pretty much perform the role that any other tight 5 player would. And that is to carry the ball up in the close quarter channels to try and get it over the advantage, which is also known as the gain line. It's during ruck time that the lock's enforcer role really comes into its own. Because of their height, locks don't make the best turnover merchants or ball poachers. So their focus around the ruck is more about using their size and height to dominate the space. It's their job to make this space very uncomfortable for their opposition. Rugby is a physical sport, and imposing your physical dominance on your opposition is a big part of the game. And no other position in the team plays a bigger role in this regard than your lock forward does. On defense, just like as on attack, locks are required to occupy the close quarter channels near the ruck. Their job in these channels are to stop the other team from getting over the advantage or, as I've said before, gain line. that's all I wanted to cover on locks today, guys. Moving forward, I'm going to take a bit of a break from doing position videos just to mix things up a bit. I'm looking at doing a video just covering a bit of rugby jargon, just to do something a bit more fun and a bit more lighthearted. But that would also help people new to rugby to understand the language a bit better. And yes, of course, as always, please like and subscribe just so you can support the channel and I can keep doing this. Thank you. Bye.